All right, gonna take a look at something to give us a break from Transformers, from Ninja Turtles, from 40th anniversaries. We're gonna be looking at a Marvel product. I think they're on what, 65 or 70th or something like that in terms of anniversaries. It's an anniversary year for Marvel. I mean, every year is an anniversary year, but I think it's a big one. There's nothing special in this respect about that. We're just gonna be taking a look at something that's not Ninja Turtles or Transformers today. So we have this great gallery diorama from Diamond Select Toys, and this is going to be Omega Red. We're going to have a little theme of our Marvel. We're going to be looking at Russian villains, so we'll see. You'll see next time, the next one we do. But right now we have Omega Red. And the Gallery Diorama series, if you're not familiar with them, are these great PVC vinyl sets that include a character and a dynamic base. When I say dynamic, it doesn't do anything, but it looks amazing. And sometimes they steal the show. We always say that. We always show you these great bases they did, whether it be the G.I. Joe series, or a Marvel figure, or Nightmare Before Christmas, or Godzilla, or anything else. They always have these really great bases. Some of them are translucent, which then looks amazing when they are backlit or lit underneath. You can get some great effects with them. Some of them mount on the wall, like that amazing Green Goblin we showed you guys. This one does not mount on the wall. This one just sits flat, but it looks pretty cool. So we're gonna not spend too much time on the box because it mostly is just the window with the little Omega Red logo there, and then a little bit of detail on the character and the artist on the back. But the boxes are never, I mean, for me at least, there's nothing super special about the boxes unless they do some kind of special edition. What's really special is the product inside. So I'll bring you guys in a little closer, not too close because it's pretty big, and then we'll check this thing out in detail. Okay, this guy is a little bit larger, so we're going to take a little time here in getting him open. They usually just come in this plastic that is form-fitting inside of these giant boxes. So I'm just going to rescue him from the box here by sliding him out. Inside the box, we'll get a little paperwork. It's usually one of these licensed product catalogs. I don't think any of these products that are in here are offered at the current point in time. I think there's stuff that they did at one point offer, but they haven't updated that little flyer for a while. So you're kind of getting like classic items on there that serve more as an example than availability. So what we have now is we have our character here, and he looks absolutely amazing. Coming in, I want to say at about 8-9 inches, maybe a little taller because this hand protrudes up a little above his head. He's only about 4x4 in the base, or maybe 4x6. It's a little longer this way than it is across. So not too much room there. The base is solid on the bottom, which is a little bit of a divergence. We've seen hollowed out bases in the past, so it's got a little weight to it. And you can see this character in great detail. I just want to give you a 360. Let's start this off and let you guys see this up nice and close. You can see a lot of great detail here, particularly in the face, where they have that sort of biomechanical aspect to it. And then they have the hair on there. Great job molding that hair. And the little partitions for the individual like grenades and armor pieces and his little tentacles coming out. I mean, he's got a lot going on there with this figure. Of course, he's a classic Marvel character, so they always have these body dimensions with these rippling muscles and those lines like you see in the animation. This is going to be based on the comic, so we're going to see that sort of over-proportioned comic look to him, that aspect of the character or of how these characters are drawn. So I think they kind of kept that true to scope and scale. And then he has his little Omega Red symbols on his wrists, if you could see those there, on the top of his handguards. And he's got this great base where it's some kind of rocky outcropping here, and he's stepping on it with his knee post. Now, we've shown you a lot of these where sometimes the character's foot is suspended in midair. And in some instances, so whether it's a character or a side character, like with the Snake Eyes one, Diamond Select gives you a transparent piece to stick on there to give you support, because over time a character will sag and they will start leaning forward, like we saw with that Indiana Jones Temple Escape one. That little piece will give him just a little bit of stability where it doesn't detract from the display, but it helps maintain that posture. This one, he is on the rock, so he's got this, you know, dynamic like kneeling pose, like he's mid-action scene, but he's not suspended like one leg in the air. So it gives you a little bit more of a solid platform for the figure. The figure itself is, you know, pretty solid. It's not hollow. You're not going to be able to like squeeze it. It's pretty solid plastic. So it's a nice little bit of value for it. I mean, these things usually retail around $50, $60, up to $120 for some of the bigger ones, like that Green Goblin one we showed you. So it really depends on the scope and the scale and the intricacy of the tooling involved in it, whether I guess the translucence brings up the cost a little bit too. But this one is pretty cool, and I think it's pretty nice for the price point, around 50, 60 bucks here, depending on where you get it from. I mean, there's always a lot of variety. So he's got a lot of nice detail, and I think he looks great. I mean, he's a full body character here. He's not a mini bust. You get the full character, like a action figure display. I think he can kind of scope in with some of your other figures. I mean, he's a little taller than the Legends line. He's maybe a little bit taller than he would be in a select version. But he could probably scope in with some of your 12-inch figures if you wanted a little display. So I kind of like that look where he's lunging toward a character. I think that's really fun for that. But yeah, I want to say altogether maybe he weighs a little under a pound around there. So not too much. Doesn't take up a whole lot of shelf space. It's another reason I love these gallery dioramas. They're not going to be hundreds of dollars like the Premier statues or the Milestone statues. They're not going to take up a lot of space. You get a whole bunch of these, like, you know, get 4 or 5 of them, only spend like $125, $150. And then you could make a display of villains. Now, we showed you that with the Spider-Man villains. We had a whole bunch of them, and they still only occupied maybe this much space on the desk here, and we had like 5 or 6 of them, and you could build out a whole Sinister Six squad, and it doesn't take up a lot of space, and it looks great. So it's a great striking that balance between the cost, the economy of it, and then the detail, and then just the cool factor. So I think they really balance it, and they have a really great figure or a really great character that's not breaking the bank and still allows you to display that fandom. Still allows you to bring that piece of it home, multiple pieces of that home, set up a display, and still have great detail and awesome characters, awesome poses, awesome bases, and still not you know, overdo it in the cost as some of these really extravagant statues start to get into. So that is a quick look at our Omega or Diamond Select Toys Omega Red in the Gallery Diorama series. Of course, there's many other Marvel heroes and villains that you get to pair with these. Some of the recent releases include Thor, Hulk. I know they have Mr. Fix-It coming up. There's a Magneto coming up. That looks really cool. A Silver Surfer. Chasm, I believe, was released recently as well. We have a whole bunch of reviews of these gallery dioramas. So just scroll through our videos. We always label everything by what it is. And I say gallery diorama. So you can tell what it is, what company it's from. It's going to start with Diamond Select. We try to organize everything so it's easy to find. Of course, if you go to our website, you can just click on reviews, click on Diamond Select Toys. You can see everything we reviewed from Diamond Select Toys listed there by product type. So we'll have gallery dioramas, Premier Collection statues, Milestone statues, Legends in 3D, Selects figures, mini-mates, and so much more, all in there organized like that. And not just Diamond Select Toys, every company that we've reviewed a product from the last, I mean, almost 20 years is in there. So check it out if you want to look at some classic products or some more recent products. So that's all for our look at this gallery diorama. Well, here we go. It was nice to take a break from all that Transformers and TMNT figures. I love them, but I want to mix it up once in a while. There's been so many lately coming out, and it's because we're in a 40th anniversary year. So the market's kind of getting saturated with different figures right now. So it's nice to get something else to take a look at. And we've been holding on to these for a little while. I'm glad to have the time to take a look at them right now. So this is out right now. So you can get this. It's in stock at Big Bad, going to be in stock at Entertainment, it's going to be in stock at Diamond Select. We'll have our code up so you can get it from Entertainment Earth with that 10% off discount. I think it retails around 60, maybe it's 50. I'll have the link up so you guys could check it out. You click on it, I'll automatically have the code entered in there, so it'll take you right when you click on it. You can put it in the cart. The code will already be activated. You don't need to worry about it. If you ever need that code, it's just CoolToy22. Pop that in at checkout. You get 10% off in-stock merchandise, and if it's over their threshold for shipping, which I think is around $79 now, automatically get free shipping. So that is our look at this character. I wanted to give you a little size scope. Here's one of the larger selects. This is Red Hulk. He's about 10 inches, so you can see this guy is a little bit taller than Red Hulk, particularly with the arm. So I want to say he's about a foot tall. Total with the arm there. Just got about 2 inches on Red Hulk with the arm extending out. But you can see he's almost in scope or size with the Red Hulk. And he's standing on this base. So he's about, I want to say, 1.5 inches, maybe 1 inch and 3/4 above where Red Hulk would be standing. So if Red Hulk was level with him, he's a little taller. So he's almost in scale with the larger Diamond Select Toys figures. So it's pretty cool that you can still display them and have like this, you know, dynamic face-off between these two characters or something. So just something else fun you could do. Just thought you'd be interested to see that. So just keep that in mind. Some of these characters are a little taller and they scope in perfectly with some of these guys. So just something else you can do if you want to be creative. So that's all for this time. Like, subscribe, and follow. We're going to have a ton more products to show you. We're going to have more Marvel. We're going to keep it on theme with Russian bad guys. And we're going to have more Ninja Turtles. We're going to finish up those NECA Ultimates. We're going to have more Transformers. And we're going to have more of everything. So until then, we will see you guys next time.